If you don't watch this, you ain't a man. And if you're a Metallica fan, then what the fuck you doing watching this if you haven't already watched that? You hear me? 'Cause you're fat. Maybe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely there. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's it.
Good call, Jane. It is recording, isn't it?
Yeah, you pushed it.
Yeah,
It was just going there.
Oh, it's too secure this time. Achoo!
Yeah, I've done a good
Oh
job.
man, you've done a good job. Achoo!
Stop it.
Earthquake! Anyway, hello ladies and gentlemen. Start this off again. I'm joined here with and ladies and gentlemen. I'm just so childish. Hello. Hello ladies and gentlemen. No, it's fucking hell, it's Hoppers, ain't it? Hello there, Hoppers, and welcome to another episode. Man, you gotta understand. You watch this video, you ain't a man. Hello there, Hoppers, and welcome to another Car Cinema. We will eventually call it that, I'm sure, but for now, it is another First Thoughts review. And today I'm joined by my mate John.
Hello.
And my other mate James.
Hello.
Now, these two are big Metallica fans, and we have just seen
Metallica's S&M 2.
Let's try that again. And today we have just seen
Metallica's S&M 2.
Can't help it. You know what? I'm putting it to you two, man. So yes, we've just seen Metallica Fuck, I can't say it.
S&M 2.
We have just seen Metallica
S&M 2.
So we've just seen
Gefilte
Metallica.
fish.
Gefilte fish. And this fucking gefilte fish. You know, I should just freeze frame it. We're editing afterwards. And today we're seeing Metallica S&M 2.
Metallica's S&M 2.
So we have just seen
Metallica's S&M 2.
Yes, we have. And it's a bit of an experience for me because I've never seen Metallica live. I'm trying to broaden my horizons, you know, trying to make them wider, like my ass. I can't resist, that's the thing.
You can never resist, can you?
But yeah, so it's a bit of an experience for me, but because I'm not the huge Metallica fan in this car, as you can see, I went to a Metallica event wearing a Rush shirt. These two are the true deal. I'll use the previous take when I mentioned this. I'll enjoy editing this one. Like I said, these two, they're the biggest fans, so they've probably got the most to say. I've got some stuff to say as a newbie when it comes to the world of Metallica. But first things first, let's hear what the guys think. So what did you guys think as Metallica fans, people?
Yeah! No, I thought it was really, really
That's
good.
That's the only review you need.
Metallica!
Shortest video I've ever made. John, what's your review? Yeah! Cut, that's it, done. See ya.
No, I thought... Stop it.
He's attached the camera too well this time. Yeah, go on. Oh, dear. So what did you guys think? So what did you guys think?
No, I thought it was really, really good. I enjoyed it.
Nice. I mean, I weren't familiar with that tour. It's not like when we saw the Rush one. I was familiar that it was obviously the R40 tour. What tour was this?
It's just a one-off. So I did it in '99. So it's just
Looks a bit old for '99, John.
They did it. Shut up. They did one in '99, and it was only I think it was only a handful of couple of shows. And just
No, I think it was two nights. It was two nights in a. I can't remember what the auditorium was.
2017, wasn't it, when they did this?
No, this was this year.
It was there.
I saw it say 2017 at some point.
Yeah, because I said 2000. There was you're thinking of 2017 all within my hands.
Oh, is that right?
That was the charity.
Oh, okay, fair enough. See what I mean, people? I'm a bit unprepared for this, but that's why these two are here.
They only did that show I think last month.
Well, it must have done.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's
it's a shame they didn't come over here.
No, only do
like another band I know. What a piece of man!
at least Metallica is still touring, so you can...
You ever watch about it? Put all the comments you want, I don't care.
How was your indoctrination into the Metallica camp?
You want to see my ass? Indoctrination sounds like a fucking anal probe. God damn it! Sounds like I gotta come for 3 or 4 visits to have that done. No, I mean, yeah. No, in all seriousness, I really enjoyed it actually. I heard a lot of music I never heard before. It's not normally my style. Like I'm not really into the heavy stuff. I'm sometimes into the odd song, and that's why I know a couple of Metallica songs. So obviously these two play them, and I can't help but get involved. Did I mention we're in a band? I think I mentioned it last time.
Look out for the ball.
Look out for the ball. Shame for advertising every time. See, so I just took a picture with that famous. Fucking car, fuck off.
They can't see us anyway through the window.
I know it's all steamed up in here because I'm fucking sexy. That's why. But hearing songs I've never heard before, it was really interesting. I think the only thing I can really say that I'm still unsure of is obviously I don't know what these songs sound like on their own, because obviously they're accompanied by this big orchestra, which was amazing. I mean, personally, I was blown away. I was even more blown away when halfway through the fucking viewing, they turned the music up. It's like someone, fucking AV guy fell asleep. I used to work in that fucking cinema, I know. But he fell asleep, didn't turn the fucking two of the speakers on, couldn't really hear the bass. And halfway through the fucking film event, you want to call it, halfway through the event, they boosted it up halfway through a song. It was like, I was like, what the fuck's going on, kind of thing. But after that, it felt really, really live.
Yeah.
And that was what's really good. And I think that was actually missing from the Rush one. I don't think it was turned up enough when we saw the Rush event not that long ago.
I thought the Rush one was loud.
Wasn't loud enough. We've seen them live. They kick in.
Definitely at the beginning of the Metallica one, I was like, oh, this is quite quiet. It's like in my front room. I was expected to be as loud as the Rush one.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
they turned it up and it felt really good. Now I was getting involved more.
I'd still say it was louder than the Rush one.
I think the Rush one was technically louder, but I think it's just the mix was better on the Metallica one. I don't know. That could just be me, but I felt like the Rush one was a bit louder, but it was distorting a bit more.
I mean, maybe to me, because I'm not as accustomed to the I mean, is it heavy metal? What would you call it? House fighters?
What? Metallica. Heavy metal, yeah.
It is heavy metal, that's right. Yeah. It's heavy metal. I was just making sure, John, you know what I mean? You've all seen 100 greatest hard rock songs of all time. Set your big gun! Great song, but it's not hard. Hard on, maybe. But yeah, basically, what I meant is I'm not so accustomed to the heavy metal music. Obviously, I own the odd song, so maybe it felt louder to me because I'm not used to it, if you know what I mean.
That's okay.
Yeah, dead right. But I think it was peaking at times, and I think that's why I still think it was. It was louder personally, because once they turned it up, the speakers were like they couldn't handle it. The speakers were fuzzing, but no, yeah. From an outside perspective, I really enjoyed it. I got into a lot of the songs. Couldn't help it. I was like, fucking yeah, go for it. Guitar coming in, you know. The bassist was scary. I know he has only been there for how many years? Quite a few now, probably, but I know he replaced.
About 15 years, 2003.
Fucking hell, see what I mean? I know nothing. I know fucking nothing. I swear he joined the band 3 years ago.
It does feel like that sometimes.
But yeah, literally, I mean, he was pulling faces. He was, the whole time he was playing. I was like, he's really getting into it. I mean, all credit to him, he's playing great, but you know, the faces, Christ. I mean, it was funny because he was doing like backing vocals, and I don't dare sing a lyric because I'll get it wrong. But all I know is it was like, really low and really quiet coming out of him, but he's going, it really threw me off. but you know, I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. But come on, guys, there's someone with experience take this away. Otherwise, you know.
I definitely think the arrangements that Michael Kamen, who's the original conductor, I think his arrangements were better than maybe the new guy with the new songs. I don't know, is it just me? But I
don't know. I think it depends. I mean, I think for the older songs, yes. But it depends which ones.
I mean, this is a valid criticism because
I honestly thought they did a really good job with one. I thought that was very good.
Yeah, but one we did that was the older version.
Yeah, but what about the other 30 songs they played?
One was on the first one.
No, it was on the first one. I'm just saying
that was the old arrangement.
The old arrangement.
I'm pretty sure it's the old arrangement.
Okay.
So there was Confusion. I thought it was really good with the cellos or violins becoming ding 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 ding.
I really like that intro.
I thought that was because you were getting into that, and it felt.
I was getting
and it
into
felt
that big
right
time.
because it sounded like Morse code, and their songs about shell shock and obviously war, isn't it?
Yeah.
War, shell shock after the war.
Yeah, because I did think that I liked what they did with this one, just because they didn't do the same show again, which is what I liked. I thought I was unsure whether they were going to do the same thing, because I did feel with the original '99 one that it was like Metallica playing their songs with backing.
Yeah.
No, I mean obviously that was the point, but at this time it felt a little bit more integrated.
Yeah,
And
which is what they said.
Which is what they had. They had more integration, and also it's because it wasn't they cherry picked the good songs from the last one. Like Outlaw Torn was really excellent.
Yeah.
And obviously they have to play the hits.
And
like
they didn't
Sandman.
do Battery, and I love that song, but I think that definitely with the orchestra it was a bit. It's just like
I know. I think exactly.
They
I think
pulled
it's
off
a bit
quite
much.
a few others, but
Yeah.
I liked all of the ones the new ones they brought in. I liked that they did some different versions, like they did Unforgiven 3 was just James Hetfield with an orchestra.
that was nice.
That was strange because I haven't heard that live, and I wanted to hear it.
I wanted
to hear it with all the
that's a
band and the
shame.
orchestra, because I think just for me, where he was building his voice into the main bit where he goes into the guitar, so I just felt that was a little bit weak in the orchestra.
I think
I think all of it was really nice, but I think they could have done a little bit.
They could have put
more
the band
things
in.
change up a lot more, because the vocal lines are
they-
kind of the same, and then the band sort of it changes and it slowly builds.
They could have put more of the band in that one.
I mean,
but
from that
it was still good, and they had obviously where they're doing the Cliff Burton one.
That guy was good. Anesthesia pulling teeth. That was Winkleman, I think his last name was.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, the guy with a big fucking
the
oh my god!
electric bass.
Because I heard him at the beginning, I was like, he's going to play it kind of close, but he was playing that spot on. And he wasn't picking it. He was
I'm
pretty much
fucking.
spot
Now
on.
this is the one thing. See, I actually saw the clip of that. My mate Brett sent it to me about a week ago. He said, "Mate, watch this. This is insane." I watched it. I was like, "Fuck me, this is great." And for some bizarre reason, it just said Lars blah blah blah. But I think it was because he plays with him, doesn't he? Eventually, halfway through the song. But because of that, I didn't really pick up on the guy or what it was. I was just like, I knew who Lars was, obviously, because influence and stuff. And I was just like, okay, yeah, sounds pretty good. I don't know who the guy playing the thing is then. I said, surely that's not Lars. And then halfway through, I knew it weren't, because Lars came on stage and started playing the drums. It was like really bad quality, like really bad bootleg, but it still sounded awesome. And I was meaning to show you two, actually. And then what a coincidence, first time I've seen you in a while, we ended up watching the Metallica thing. And as soon as the guy got on stage, I literally shat my pants.
Yeah.
Seriously, you can smell it. So I was like, shit, this is the video I saw, but I'm going to see it properly this time. And oh my fucking God, it blew me away. So you're saying that is an old Metallica song?
Yeah,
we'll play it in the karaoke, because Cliff Burton, who they brought up, because he's the one who died in the bus accident. But he was a really, really good, awesome bass player. And so I don't know how that Winkleman knew him. I'm not sure, because he said he knows him. But let's
face if they're around San Francisco.
Didn't he say he
No, I think they said he knew. No, they said he knew him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all I can think of is maybe that because it's in San Francisco and Cliff Burton lived and grew up in San Francisco. Maybe he was just a friend or something.
Probably. But you could see sort of the passion in his face when he was playing.
He was proper really going for it. It was really, really fucking good. I mean, these people don't make mistakes. I mean, Metallica are great as well. I mean, they didn't seem to make any mistakes, but I wouldn't be able to cross-reference enough. I feel like I'm a bit of a third, fourth and fifth, maybe even Sif Will, at the back. But, in all seriousness, obviously, anything that I say would just feel a bit, cliche. I can't help but, from an outside perspective, if I say I like a specific song, you're going to think, he doesn't really know the catalogue enough to say, that's my favourite. It's probably just a stereotypical song that's all, maybe overplayed. But that being said, from what I have heard, I really, really, really like Nothing Else Matters. And they played it in this, and it blew me away. It was amazing. And if I'm correct, in that song, in the original, there is strings, isn't there?
There is a small portion of an orchestra in that.
Yeah, and obviously, so playing with the orchestra, just wow, and I really like that. And I tell you, I mean, the performances. I mean, these guys are getting old. Really old, and they're still really fucking good. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not even a Metallica fan. Like I said, I appreciate the band. I've got nothing against them, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. I don't know enough about their music. Yeah. But seeing this today, fuck me, I want to go out and borrow some of their records. No, but but no, seriously, no, I thoroughly enjoyed the performances. Yeah. For the most part, and that's what I was actually going to say. Actually, trailing back to a valid point you two were saying about the actual arrangements done by the orchestra. You said that some were better, because that's the problem. This is actually a sequel. This is, like we said, it's S&M 2, and I haven't seen the fucking first one. These guys just said, we're going to a Metallica event like the Rush one we went to. I just assumed it was just a live tour kind of thing. I didn't realise it had more significant value. Otherwise I would have watched the fucking first time, wouldn't I? And listened to a few more songs. But even so, from a complete blind perspective, it was great. I mean, I couldn't fucking see because it's a blind perspective, but it was great, But no, seriously, and that's the thing. But yeah, just quickly going back to the orchestra, I will say there was a couple of songs. Now, I don't know the songs enough on their own to say whether or not they sound better or worse. So you two are obviously more experienced validating that. But for me personally, as an outsider, I wouldn't be able to tell you what the song was. But yes, there was a couple of times where I thought the orchestra could have done a lot better. And I'm not pretending I know what I'm talking about. I'm not pretending I'm a better conductor or something. But like what you were saying, you said as soon as you turned around and said, I feel some stuff was done better last time. I'm thinking to myself, are they the bits I thought didn't sound quite right? Because there just wasn't quite the. Some of the songs was like, oh fuck me, it's grabbed me by the balls and it's starting to squeeze. You know what I mean? And some other songs, it was just kind of like, oh, they are playing. I can see them, but I can't really hear them. So yeah, I think for the most part, great. But there was a couple of orchestral moments that didn't do it for me personally. I mean, what do you guys reckon?
I thought it was all.
Yeah, it was all good.
I thought it was all really, really good, but I do think Michael Kamen's stuff was better. I think this guy was good, but I feel like it was a bit more if they're Metallica or an accent and they'll do it with him, which was fine. With Confusion was good because I loved that build up because that was awesome. But then other songs, I think it's like it needed a bit of like a tail off for them to do something.
I've remembered what it is. I've remembered what my problem was. Some songs, this might be deliberate, but some song kind of started with a build-up, then stopped, then the song started. It didn't kind of blend. It was kind of like instrumental build-up, stop, then the song starts, but not in a good way. It weren't like the Metallica impact. Oh yeah, shit, the song's not finished. Impact. It weren't those moments I'm complaining about. It was I couldn't tell you what the songs were, but it kind of built. It kind of went into the song, but not in a good way because they started playing what they were playing. I'm just like, why don't you blend it?
Yeah.
Because they blend it. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to watch it back, and I'd have to get the clips, which I can't do.
Yeah, I can't.
I know there were a couple of moments. Oh yeah, I want to quickly talk about the conductor quickly. There was a Jeff Goldblum lookalike you told me, which made me laugh. Seriously, when Jeff Goldblum's out and about, not in a movie, he wears some weird shit, and this guy looked like him. I mean,
blue glasses,
slightly more freaking pale because Goldblum's got like a lovely tan. Reminds me of my dad actually. My dad's got a lovely tan as well. But this guy was like pale white with these massive blue glasses, looked like fucking Thunderbirds. Brains, yeah. Some might say he was the brains of the outfit. But no, he was good. He made me laugh at some point. They had like an interval and they kind of did some weird music, which was great actually. It was just really the orchestra. Good, yeah. And it was like, I'm going to take you to like a tribal dance. And as his conductor's going,
that one got me because it was doing normal and they went,
yeah, literally, it was like
the robot.
That was really because I thought, oh, what's he going to do? Is it going to be a really long bit? It was really good. It was a really fun bit of music. And then when Metallica then added that other one, that was really cool.
They went from like a tribal dance to a futuristic piece of. For fuck's sake, we interrupt this film review because of a break.
I'll step outside.
Okay. Yeah, you fucking step outside. Piece of shit! Well, now that the riff-raff's gone... Whilst James is away, the boys can play. Sorry, James, what do you think? I'll fucking sack you. Get out of there. Hey, James, you gotta get yourself a sex change, because you ain't got enough balls to challenge me, I tell you. You know, I've been watching you, watching me, and all I can say is suck on my shoe. So, fucking James is dead. He's in trouble with his missus. Someone's been a naughty boy. Oh dear. He's like, oh no, I didn't go watch that Metallica thing. I just left the office. Yeah. I got stuck in traffic for 4 hours. How the prodigal plonker returned.
Yes, I'm back.
Yeah. Hope you wiped your ass. Yeah, so now James has returned. The tribal dance we had, which was great, and then Metallica joined in for this futuristic one. Metallica did another instrumental, and Metallica joined in. It was great.
He calls in the oil refinery, wasn't it? No, the iron refinery, wasn't it?
That's the one. I remember it was iron something. I'm sure it weren't man.
Yeah, it was the iron refinery. It was really
Iron
good.
Factory, was it?
Yeah, Iron Factory, Iron Refinery. It was one of those.
It's very mechanical.
It sounded like
it.
Yeah, I did like that. I felt that was sort of harking back a little bit to the Deep Purple's Concerto Group and Orchestra, which incidentally, actually, because they were saying about Metallica having the 20th anniversary, that's the Concerto for Group and Orchestra by Deep Purple is actually 50 years old this year.
Oh, Christ.
It's that long.
Well, that's some very, very useful information, James. So, Metallica. But yeah, no, that's what I mean. They did some really great stuff. And again, speaking from, I can't really say anything else other than how I felt watching it. And like I said, shat my pants a couple of times. It was like sitting there listening to that performance tonight was like a continuous rim job. You know what I mean?
All the things
you can't say that.
All the things in the world, you pick that as an analogy.
I mean, that whole experience for me, watching the whole thing was like taking enormous shit. I mean, in the sense of it feels so great finally leaving your body, you know? I mean, watching this as an experience has just been amazing. I mean, it's like when you're having a masturbate. And you're pumping for ages and you stop yourself from finishing because you want to savour the moment. So you go on for another hour or so, you just keep stopping. And eventually when you give way, fuck me, it's like Noah's Ark, flooding everywhere, literally. Get on the raft, you're going to die.
Fuck's sake.
As an experience for me, personally, it was great. The edited, watered down version. Oh dear. But no, I mean, come on, there's more to add. I mean, you've got they had the beginning bit, didn't they? A little intro just to let you know more about the charity and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's good. I don't know about the charity, but I think it was nice to put in there the work they're doing and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was nice. I think
it shows it has more of a purpose.
I think the little trailer bit before the concert, I'm not sure if that was completely necessary.
Oh yeah. It's
not
kind
really,
of like but even film trailers these days have a trailer before the trailer starts. Have you seen it? Like on YouTube, it's like, where are they? The trailer starts now. It's like, what the fuck was the trailer, wasn't it? It's like, the trailer has a trailer. It's like, what the fuck is this, Twilight Zone? Trailer within a trailer? Oh dear.
But no, because that beginning bit, I think it just felt like it was great all those years ago when we did it. It's going to be great now. Just watch it now. We're going to watch it. I want to watch it. And,
that would have been fine as an advert for it, but you don't play the ad. It's like you said, it is like the advert for itself.
I'm not sure if that was... It was fine. I don't know if it was highly necessary, but it was...
Yeah,
it was good when it finally started with the whole showing the pictures of all the different places.
Oh, the locations. I like the
San
camera
Francisco,
work
going back through, I think it was like China and stuff as well.
The camera work was really good on that, I must admit. I like that.
Yeah, that was fun.
We'll have to go there now.
China.
No, to San Francisco.
and then playing Ecstasy of Gold again at the beginning.
Well, I don't think they can get away without playing that anymore,
I mean,
can they?
I might be a minority. I might be a minority. I might be a minority here. I might be the only one thinking it. But I think they did a bit of a Pink Floyd Pulse issue.
What do you mean?
See? Pink Floyd guy, I knew he'd be instant. What do you mean? You'll agree with me when you hear me, surely.
No, I mean, if you
Pink
tell me.
Floyd. What song, James, should they have finished with?
Comfortably Numb.
But they didn't, did they?
No, they finished the Run Like Hell.
Exactly, which is a great song, but do the other way around. Well, this for me personally, right at the end, they're doing all these songs, but you guys might disagree. But from a first outsider perspective, and it was one of the only songs I fucking knew going into it, I kind of felt they should have finished with
Nothing Else Matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I
It's
think
more passionate to end on, I think.
I think
I like ending on a fun party vibe. That's what.
Fair enough. See what I mean?
I think there is some debate with that one, but you know.
So yeah, just any other thoughts, lads, before we finish this up? Obviously, it's a very short one. There's not too much to say. For once, I ain't got much to say because I don't really know enough.
I think that maybe some of the camera, like the camera stuff. I think the angles and things. I think sometimes they showed stuff I didn't want to see. When,
yeah, it's like fucking great solos going on. I didn't fucking see it.
Like the bit with the bass, doing the bass bit, I would have just loved it to be fully on him.
Yeah.
Because he's going to do the I didn't know how he was doing that, and then they went up under the fretboard, and then you could see it.
The wah pedal.
No, he was doing that. You see
you mean
where he goes
going?
Where he goes, where he's going. Hitting the top
bow.
numbers.
Yeah.
The biggest string.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I play drums at the band. the biggest string, and then because he was doing all that, and then he goes,
biggest string.
Because the camera went under it.
It was done with the big man. the thick
I don't play guitar because the camera went under it, and you could see it.
I fucking do, John. I know what you're about.
I'd like it to have been just on him for that, and like the solos.
I do agree.
Zooming on the solos.
I think unfortunately it's the curse of modern technology. I think because now they can have so many cameras covering it, they just keep cutting everything. They just have a couple of cameras and leave it.
Well, it's like they cut this guy twice who kept looking at the band, then quickly went, hey, hey, and it happened twice, and the fucking twice.
I know, it was the same guy.
I can't remember what song it was because I know it's a bass bit where Rob is playing, and he gets on the he's like, and then it cuts. So he just go like, I was like, I'm going to see what Rob's doing. He's like, they cut the song.
Someone's trying to shoot all his head.
But I think just what they showed camera-wise, I think could have been better. And I'm not sure if they cut songs because it felt to me there was there was a fade at some point.
Well, they could have.
I don't know if they had.
Because
with orchestras they have breaks.
They could have cut because just to bring up quickly when I saw the Who at Hyde Park in the cinema, they cut a song out of that. It's on the DVD, but it was cut from the cinema release. Maybe it is cut because after all they didn't play Sabbath True, which they usually have to play because again it's a very popular song. They may have played something else,
and that's ironic, isn't it? If it is, because that means them cutting the song is sad but true. But on that note. Just so, I mean, other than that, I don't think anything else to say, really, lads.
No, just I'm looking forward to when Metallica come back over again, I think.
Yeah, in the flesh.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, for someone who hasn't seen them live, I definitely would after this. I mean, I would anyway. But after seeing this, I'm just like, I want that adrenaline surge. You know what I mean? Of seeing them live.
You definitely get it when you're there.
I can imagine. And literally, I didn't know what these songs were. And like I said, it's not really my style of music. But fuck me, I couldn't get my legs still. like literally, I could feel the whole chair going. Literally.
Yeah, because I remember Moth into the Flame where you were there and it was like.
Literally.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was a
really good song. It's like it undid my belt and just started going. There's nothing I could do about it. But, literally.
Just bring it with the set because Metallica released a set list and I had a look at the set list when they put it out and I forgot all the songs that were going to be played. But then people were moaning about it, saying, "Oh, they phoned this one." I was like, they played loads of new ones, and it was like, they wanted, like, people wanted them to play a completely new set, would be cool, but then you have to think about the orchestra to play it. They have to learn it with the orchestra, because they have to write a whole new thing for the orchestra.
Well, also, let's face it, do you think Metallica would get off the stage alive if they didn't do Master of Puppets or Enter Sandman?
This is exactly the thing. There are some songs some bands just have to play whether they want to or not.
Yeah.
You know, all the greats have said they've had to do that before. So I'm sorry, you can't turn around and say, I want everything new and nothing old. Because some people are there because they like the old stuff, ain't they? I'm sorry. And not being funny, again, from someone... Did I mention I'm an outsider? But as someone from an outside perspective, it was nice hearing a few songs like Master of Puppets and obviously Nothing Else Matters I actually recognised.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel my experience was a little hindered by the fact that I didn't know half the songs. But from a perspective of someone hearing those songs for the first time, they sounded really good. Yeah. But I just hope that isn't because the orchestra... But from what you're saying, the song's going to sound great regardless, and I can believe that.
Yeah.
Because again, the orchestra didn't take over; it was more of a highlight, or as you would say,
it's an augmentation, basically.
Yeah. So it's just, you know,
it's helping to bring it up.
But what I would have liked as well, because the last time they did 2 new songs for S&M 1. I would have liked if they did one. Even though they did play, well, technically they played
they did some new arrangements.
The orchestra thing, which isn't theirs, but then the other arrangement.
Yeah, I did like when they did No Leaf Clover on this one.
Yeah,
that was really good.
And then All Within My Hands was really good.
I really liked that they did the acoustic version.
I like that version because I think it was good because it went from the orchestra and Metallica, and then the acoustic stuff, and then it went to just James. I think it was good the way they did all that little section was really interesting. You know, I would have liked all Metallica, but I think it was good though. I think that'd be a cool project if they did an album which they played
with the orchestra,
just like songs that have already been made.
Okay, so
orchestra piece, because when they play it, I really enjoyed that the Iron Factory one.
I just want to quickly mention something he told me whilst we was watching. So Gary Moore's guitar, his actual guitar was used on the stage.
Yeah, it's No Leaf Clover, right?
Yeah.
Why would he use it? Why would you use the guitar? Why have you dropped it?
It's like a £3 million guitar.
Oh my fucking god! Why would you use it?
It's that Les Paul that he was using, that sort of goldy looking Les Paul. That's the one he used. He used that all the way through his career. He used it on Victims of the Future.
Yeah, so Gary Moore.
It's on that album. So.
Fucking
probably not Murder in the Sky, because obviously it's
Lizzie stuff wasn't on
most of
Murder in the Sky was on Victim of the Future.
No, it probably wasn't on that one because obviously he's got the whammy bar on that one.
Yeah, but if he uses the same guitar on every album, probably did for the chorus.
No, I mean it was probably there somewhere,
but still, I mean, literally, to use the guitar, fucking hell. I mean, I know some people probably be like, well, guitars are made to be played, but. That guitar deserves a nice retirement.
I know. I was
through a lot.
I was actually watching a video where Kirk Hammett was going on about that. It's like you said. It's like a £3 million guitar. It was owned by Peter Green from Fleetwood Mac. He was the one who had it originally. Hendrix played it. So Gary Moore owned it for most of his until he died.
Okay. Well, now, but unfortunately, now you've told me that history. As much as I still wouldn't want to play it. I wouldn't want to, imagine lifting an instrument, as a guitarist, imagine lifting up an instrument that's been played by so many great guitarists, and then I fucking played it. I'd be like, I'm so sorry, I'm not worthy of touching this. It's like Thor's hammer, it wouldn't let me pick it up, you know? But I can kind of see why he's done it now, because so many people, the torch got passed on. I think that's probably why he's playing.
That's what he said.
He will probably expect someone else to play it after him. So I can kind of respect that now. If it was just Gary Moore's guitar only, I would be like, don't play it. But if it's been constantly in a way passed down, I can kind of understand.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't fucking do it, but I can understand. I just want to say one last quick thing about the conductor. There was this one guy who was just like, Tasmanian devil, the whole way through.
Is that the one with glasses? The other one?
No, the guy with glasses. He was funny, but he kind of looked more professional. The other guy was kind of, but his hands were going out of time. I was like, if you're a composer, mate, I'm really confused. I mean, I know they probably understand him. I don't know if it was out of sync, but it was like every time he was on screen.
He's obviously in time, but
the guy with the stick with the glasses, it was like run, run, run. I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of understand how that's keeping the time. The other guy, run, 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 run,
Because he was really mad at the beginning. I was like, oh, I think he's
going to overdo it.
He's trying too hard.
And
then he settled down. I think he was really good.
He just got exhausted. He got worn out. Yeah, as soon as it started.
The thing about the stage, because I was a bit skeptical.
Circles everywhere.
I was a bit skeptical about the whole stage being circular.
Metallica and the 10 rings.
Because the conductor's supposed to face the orchestra, and they're sort of like
they can't see
all around. So I didn't know if they could see if anyone
they had little
got in
video
the way.
They had little video
screens. I didn't see that.
Yeah, there was loads of little video screens dotted around the stage, so they could all see him all the time.
They can do that now, can they? It was like they said they wanted high quality in this one. I definitely think it was high quality.
Yeah.
They all played great. Like Lars is great, and then James. And
Lars is great. Don't know about the rest. Typical drummer.
They're all playing great. Well, Kurt's solos are really, really good. He was doing doing a fantastic job.
Exactly. Well,
and again, vocals for his age, great.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, again, I haven't heard much of Metallica, but what I have heard didn't sound too different.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's got one of those voices, much like some of the other great singers out there from like Yes and Pink Floyd, of course. I think that the way they sing, it kind of allows them to age well with the voice.
I think a lot of it is it's like Mick Jagger. It's just because he never sung that wasn't in his natural voice.
Yeah.
It's not kind of like some people like Rob Halford or something where he did.
Geddy sung in his natural voice. He's just got a strange voice. Because
I mean it depends.
But I think
it was great whenever we saw it. When we came over here, it sounded like the album.
Yeah, that's the thing about how old he got. Whenever he came here, he always sounded great. He even admitted, I think once, I think he mentioned, I think it was May the 25th. On the Time Machine tour, I think he actually said that was one of his favourite tours. That was the first time we ever saw Rush live, and I remember reading that somewhere. I never want to check because I don't want my heart to be broken, but I swear I read that somewhere. And but yeah, sometimes you see him, it's like, begin the day with a friend, and the next time, begin the day with a... And I'm just like, I think it's just because, obviously, I mean, they're old as well, but I think different ways of singing. Geddy Lee sings really high, so it's pretty harder to keep. I know the dude from Yes sings really high, but he's a softer voice.
Yeah, well, I think it's also his natural voice. Because honestly,
instead of a, it's a so you can kind of get away with it more,
There's also as well with the crowd. I thought the crowd were really good because with
they didn't stop.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Last guy.
Memory remains. It was so awesome. The crowd, and then and then he was on the hear him on the bass drum.
He was like the crowd continued singing the part of the song at the end, like humming it, and it was great. It was a wonderful moment, and they all kind of all the bandmates just kind of stop, and all the band members just kind of looked around. They're like, "We love you too," but then they didn't stop. Then the orchestra stopped. They still didn't stop. Went on for a little while longer. Still didn't stop. So then Lars was like, shh. And then they still didn't stop. So then they were getting bored. And he went on his drum like you said. It was like, dun dun, start the next song. And they actually started the next song whilst they were still doing it.
I think there may have been a bit planned before that because it was like, I could kind of tell because it was like all that was going on. It was like, oh, I've got to start the next one.
Yeah. Oh shit, mate. Now we're out of time.
Hope you're fucking happy.
Hope you're fucking happy. I had a good joke to tell. I'm out of it. So overall then, great experience for someone who's an outsider, as I keep saying. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Like I said, it was kind of like having a wank. Sometimes you just really, really need it, and when you really need it, it feels really good. So, overall, great experience. And just any last thoughts, gentlemen, before we end this?
I'm definitely looking forward to when they bring out the CD and DVD of it.
Yeah, I definitely get it, yeah.
So, as Metallica fans, how do you rate it and would you recommend it?
Yeah, well, no, it was awesome. I definitely recommend it to
absolutely
Metallica fans and
out of 5?
Symphony fans.
Some really good orchestral moments in it. A lot of passion. Out of 5, gentlemen?
5.
4.
4. Solid 4 or?
Yeah, solid 4.
Sean's gonna kill him. As an outsider, obviously I didn't like every single bit of music, but I was gonna say a 4 as well. So I'm surprised he did because he likes Metallica a lot. But
no, it's like the highest.
Give me a 5.
It would be like 4.9 if we were going into that kind of thing.
It
is literally just I have to dock it a couple of points just for those few bits we talked about earlier. Look.
Yeah, that's
it. It's like the highest possible score I can go out. Perfect.
Yeah, great experience. Like I said, from someone new, me paying it 4 out of 5 is a great compliment. To put in perspective, my favourite band is Rush. Every single album to me is a 5-star, with the exception of their first album, which I rate a 4-star because, again, it's the only album they ever did that I don't like every single song. That's because it wasn't really the Rush we know and love because Neil weren't there. Other than that, all 5 stars. So much with Metallica, I don't know every song, don't like every song, so I can't really rate a 5-star because it wouldn't be an honest review. But fucking hell, it was a good 4 stars, and I would definitely buy it. And I really hope to get into Metallica now.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if they did.
I mean, I could play. Get into their music.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if they did another S&M. I think if they did another one, I think it'd probably be their last one.
So they're like a trilogy. Yeah, I think they'd be too old to do it again.
Well, they'd probably have to wait another 10 years or something to do another one.
A couple of skeletons on stage. It's just, But yeah, so overall then, we got a 5-star, well deserved.
I would have liked more stuff about Michael Kamen because he's dead.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. That's another point.
A bit of a tribute to him.
They should have put at the end dedicated to Michael Kamen or something.
And was he in the original?
He did the original.
He conducted the original as a part of it.
I mean, they did do the tribute with the guy, didn't they?
For Cliff Burton.
Oh, fucking hell. How many more people had died? So, I mean, I've got to find out about his band.
I think what was said was Michael came, and I think I would have liked a little tribute in there. I think I did mention stuff about Michael Kamen, but they didn't say like.
And was he in the original?
He was because he conducted the original, and then.
The weird guy with the brick like Kubrick, but for orchestras. Yeah.
And he put all of it together, so because it wouldn't have been if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't have the first one wouldn't have happened. So I think it should have been a little tribute to him. They could have even dedicated that orchestra song to him, and that would have suited me just fine.
I mean, I was actually thinking the whole time. Why don't they get him back? Yeah. But obviously he's dead.
Well, in a way, technically the whole thing's dedicated to him, but it was like they could have just because he wrote all of it, so it's doing his songs again. But it would have been nice to have a bit more mention about him. But that's the only tiny criticism. But the rest was brilliant. 5 out of 5.
CSI.
Tell your grandma. Tell your mama.
So just to finish up, some final thoughts. If you don't watch this, you ain't a man. And if you're a Metallica fan, then what the fuck you doing watching this if you haven't already watched that? You hear me? 'Cause you're fat. So, yes, that kind of wraps things up. So, from an outsider, 4 out of 5, a very good 4. I'm now really interested in getting to know more about the band. I mean, I did watch the film.
Some Kind of Monster.
Yeah, I thought that was great. So, it was a while ago. But so that's probably half the reason why I know some of the songs. So with the orchestra and just in general, great performance. And again, these are living legends. They're old but still great. And what can I say? Yeah, really thoroughly enjoyed myself. So solid 4-star, solid 5 for the biggest Metallica fan in this car, and a solid 4 for a fucking traitor. A fucking traitor. Should be known: Pink Floyd, Rush, Metallica. But as we can all agree, Metallica, they're pretty fucking good. Yeah.
Yep.
So, until next time, hoppers, take care, and fuck, what have I done? I forgot how to end my video. Take that again. So, hoppers, until next time, shit. Oh, I fucked it up again. Oh, man, what the fuck have I done? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have.
Anyway,
It's all right. No, don't you fucking touch it.
Well, please hurry up.
I normally say as much as I have, but I think I should say as much as we have.
And start my car.
Right. I know your missus. I know you're in trouble with your missus, James. We all heard. No, I'm just leaving the office.
Shut up.
You said you'd be home by 9. Yeah, tomorrow morning. Anyway,
Shut up.
I didn't designate when or where.
I have altered the deal. Pray I altered no further.
That Darth Barbosa.
Darth Barbosa. Yeah, I've changed it. I have altered the deal. I altered no further. Anyway.
Oh, sister. Your failures are betrayal as well.
Could you imagine Darth Vader played by Jeffrey Rush's Barbosa?
Impressive. Monster better.
You're not a Jedi yet.
Look at me with your real eyes.
Could you actually imagine? Oh dear. Oh my fucking god. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as we have. Take care, hoppers, and I'll see you next time. Hello there, hoppers, and welcome to another video. Shit, that fucking who's texted me and put me off?
Pokemon Go.
Oh, fucking Pokemon Go, fuck
It's
off.
like a weird horror film.
Pokemon Go, catch me, Ashley, catch me. I know you want to catch me. Gotta catch them all, yeah.
That bitch.
Van bitch. Question is, have you got the balls? No repel will stop me. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Hello hoppers and welcome to another episode of Car Cinema. We'll eventually change the name to that, it seems. But for now, it's a first thoughts review of... Want to take it away, guys?
Metallica's S&M2.
Yes, it was very dodgy. Very dodgy. Lots of latex, whips and gags. Then they reminded me for the first 10 minutes I was in the wrong cinema screen. But anyway, no, oh dear. So yeah, it was a bit of an experience. Let's just put it out there, these two are the Metallica experts. So again, I'm joined by my friend John.
Yep, hello.
I want to do that again. So again, completely not edited. I'm gonna. So yes, today I'm joined by my mate John.
Hello.
And my other mate James.
Hello.
And it must be said right now, I'm going to take a back seat in this review. See what I did there? Because they shot me in the back like a dog! So, yeah, I'm trying to get into the band a bit more, trying to widen my horizons.
Well, how was your...
I mean, I can't widen my ass anymore. I mean, if my horizon's as wide as my ass, then that's a pretty good horizon, you know what I mean?
There's going to be so many of those takes.
There's going to be so many of the damn takes every 5 seconds. Hello, hoppers. Go get yourself a double cheeseburger. Damn! Come to the grocery bag. Damn! Cheese is oozing. Damn! Let's do this. Damn! 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 You ain't a man!